Hello everybody, my name's Swicey and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to figure out if you have enough points to finish the Freyja deck of fate, because for me personally, Freyja is going to be a very big game-changing champion and somebody who I really want. Amazing AoE, A1 with a provoke, an awesome shield. It's actually a massive shield. She's also putting out increased defense for any defense-based nukers, removing all debuffs from all allies, placing block debuffs on them for 2 turns, also fills turn meter by 20% of all allies on a 3-turn cooldown. And then her passive is fantastic, increasing her defense by up to 50%, and then also preventing an ally from dying with whoever has the highest crit damage. Then instantly heals that ally by 20% of their max HP and gives them an instant turn. A great, I'd say solid aura, really good base stats. Overall, a fantastic champion and somebody everybody should be trying to get. Now, I get it if you are early game or mid game or even late to end game, you just don't have the resources. That's perfectly fine. If you already have, let's say, Siphi, I would get why you wouldn't need her. But for me personally, she is amazing. Even if you have Siphi, this A1, put her in a hex set, she'll be insane in Hydra. She's a fantastic champion and somebody who I really just want everybody to have the best chance at getting. If you're already going for Thor, I would say if you're able to pick them both up, that's the best case scenario, and that's what I'm after. But if you're not, Thor is also a fantastic champion, 1000% worth getting. Definitely wouldn't skip. I know it's too late to say that, but if you are in a situation where you're thinking I might not have enough shards for both, just get Thor. He's awesome. Don't worry about Freyja. But let's go ahead and go on to the actual breakdown of your points and how you're going to be doing. So for me personally, this is what I have right now. Obviously, every day there's Clan Boss. I'm working on LiveArena on my account. All of these different things will continue to add shards and other resources to my account. But let's take a look at the actual breakdown of the different points and where you might find yourself just in the general sense of the event itself. First, I do want to mention that I have recently started streaming on Twitch, and there I started doing these different breakdowns. I was also doing 2 LiveArena at the same time this past stream. The first stream was just kind of like a basic breakdown of my account and things, but it would mean the most if you guys would go ahead and check out my Twitch, drop a follow, and tune in once I start streaming and whenever I do stream down the line. Obviously I have already started, but I meant, you guys get what I mean, whatever. Anyways, let's go ahead and check out my actual breakdown of the different things. So if we look here, I made this a few days ago, and these were the points I had. I know it's kind of jumbled, but I will explain it all. So up here, we have the actual how many points will you need to get all the stuff in Freyja's event. Now, do keep in mind that this isn't canon. We're not guaranteed that it will take you 40 cards. But in the case that you do need all 40 cards, this is the actual point breakdown. So we have Sacreds, Primals, Voids, and Ancients. You'll need 25 Sacreds, 61 Primals, 145 Voids, or 363 Ancients. Now, obviously, that is a lot of shards. If you don't have that many shards, don't worry about it. We do have some other breakdowns to look at. So when I first made this, these are the shard amounts that I had, which was 9 Sacreds, 3 Primals, and 23 Ancients, which came up to about 19,330 points. If I put that into the calculator I have here that I made, it might be a little bit different. This was all just off the top of my head when I was really bored and had nothing to do. But that's still a big ask when you're looking at shards, saying, okay, I want Thor, but I would have to have all these shards to make it work. You still have other options as long as it's based off of the Fatalis event. So Fatalis, that is where I'm getting all of these points, is from the Fatalis event. We'll just kind of have to see how they actually do it. But if you don't just have shards, you can also do runs of dungeons. I think your best bet is going to be Spider 20 for this. But if we look at the gear values, we have rare 5-star at 12 points, rare 6-star 18, rare 5-star epic at 15 points, 6-star epic 21, 5-star legendary at 18, 6-star legendary at 25, 5-star mythic 25, 6-star legendary 31. Now, that isn't that many points. Obviously, it's going to take about 3 or a bit over 3 6-star mythics to end up equaling out to 1 ancient. Now, just keeping in mind what that really means, you could spend a lot of energy and not get a single 6-star mythic, but you could just do 1 ancient, and that'll make up for all that. But it is what it is. We gotta find a way to make up the points. So at the time, I had 1,220 gems, which energy converted turns out to be 4,030. And then convert that to runs, that's 100 runs. I simulated 100 runs within an AI tool, and this is the results that I got. So I got 5, keeping in mind this is hard 10 of whatever dungeon. So 5-star rares I got 10, 5-star epic 12, 5-star Lego 15, 5-star mythic 4, 6-star rare 20, 6-star epic 30, 6-star Lego 6, and then 6-star mythic 3. That equals out to roughly 1,903 points. And that is roughly, I mean, we are looking at a very rough estimate of about 2 points per gem. Again, that isn't exact by any means. Obviously, you can see the difference. We're only getting about 700 more points than the 1,200 gems. But I'm not going to do the actual decimal math and say, hey, you have to have 1.0123 gems. I'm not doing all that. So that's a rough estimate of how many points you could get within 100 runs. And so then I went ahead and put out some packs. Some of these packs were, I believe this one was, let's see if it's in the shop right now. This one. So we have 3 sacreds, 5 voids, and 10 ancients. We're going to be looking at that being $70 and only getting 7.4k points. Now, that isn't a small amount of points, but if you look compared to the rest of them, that's not that good. Now, if we go to the second pack, which was 12 primals for $60, we're looking at 7.8k points, which is better, $10 less, and 375 points better. Then we have pack 3, which was $40, was, I think it's the Thor pack, was 1 sacred, 3 voids, 5 ancients, and roughly 2,000 energy worth of everything combined. You're looking at about 4,255 points. And then we have, well, that was for $40, so you're looking at about the same amount of value per dollar spent here-ish. Then we have pack 4 was just $50, 4,000 gems, which roughly, very, very roughly, equals out to 8,000 points. And then pack 5 was 2 sacreds, 2 primals, 2 voids, 2 ancients. It was a flash deal for $45. We have 5,370 points, which is still not better than this gem pack or this primal pack. So I went ahead and said, okay, what are the best values? Your best values per dollar is going to be gems, because 1 gem is going to be about 2 points, and that's about 1 cent, which isn't quite right, because I just didn't want to get into all of the different decimals and things, but that's just a rough idea. About 1 cent per gem. Then we have primals, which are going to be 165 points per, and then $5 per, which is by far the best value outside of gems, and could be the best if you're getting really, really, really unlucky with the runs that you're doing. Then we have sacreds at 1, equals 1,650 points. They're about $15 each, averaging out a few different packs. Then we have voids at 1 for 275 points, and then $2.45 per, which isn't the best, but it's by far not the worst. It's up there and easily top 5 value, even though there's not that many things to value out. So then I went ahead and said, okay, out of these things right here, how many different resources would I need to make this work? So if we look at sacreds, I need about 4 sacreds, 12 primals if I wanted this many points, 6 to get about 20k exactly from the different resources outside of this. So if I just had 6 of them, this would equal out to about 20,000, but you can see here that we within this had 24,820. But voids, if I got 10 voids, that'd be 2,570 points. I got that mixed up. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I was very bored. Not all of these things are going to be exact. I messed up here for sure. And then 35 ancients are going to be about 3,850 points. 1,000 gems, about 2,000 points, 4,000 energy, 2,000 points. Total points needed, we're looking at around 20,670 from all of these things. Of course, if you were to look at this, just subtract them. In about 15 days until Freyja's event, if we're looking at it from, they're probably going to do it the weekend after the fusion ends. So if we go and look at the calculator itself, this is where we can find out how many points you have. So for me right now, I went ahead and just threw this together. I'll put it in the description down below so everybody can get a use out of it. Should be able to just make a copy of it and use it yourself. But yeah, so you can make this yourself really easily as well. All I did was I threw the point values down here, and then I simply just put in a simple equation into all of them. So however many we put into here is going to then multiply with the point value and show up here, and then the total will show down here. Very, very simple, but if you don't want to do all that, I don't blame you. I did it on stream, it wasn't too hard, but yeah. So right now, I have, let's see here, I have 12 voids, 5 primals, alright, so let's go 12, 5, then we got 4 and 42, 4, 42, and then I have 135 of these. Energy, throughout the time of the Freyja event, I'll probably get about 4,000. And then in gems, right now, I have about 1,000. So we're just going to put 1,000. And that equals out to about 32,905 points. Keeping in mind the gems and energy will fluctuate and their actual value. So I could end up having more or less than this, but this should put me very, very close to how many points I'll actually need to get Freyja, because chances are I won't need to open every single card. Now, in the case that I do, let's say in these 15 days, I get 2 sacreds, I get 10 ancients, I get 5 voids, and I pick up 1 more primal along the way. Now we are very close, and then let's say I finish an event during the Freyja event, or I just get some energy or something from flipping cards. I get another 500 of that, I get an extra 200 of these, and then we're right there. There we go. So roughly, this is what I would need to finish out the Freyja Deck of Fate if I didn't spend any money. Now, if I did spend money, this would be a lot easier, but I'm trying not to spend any at all. But yeah, guys, that is going to be the basic breakdown of both the Deck of Fate and the points you can get, and then the actual points that you have right now in your account. it's a lot of it's a lot of resources from one champion. It's almost like you're doing a fusion, but arguably a bit more expensive. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, if you found it useful at all, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Feel free to join my Discord. You can find the link in the description down below. There you can find my takeover prices and any of that stuff, as well as just an amazing community of people who are more than happy to help you with any of the questions you have in Raid and any of the other things you might be wondering. Outside of that, I really appreciate you guys for joining me in this video today. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out, guys.